Goodbye. I'll send money whenever I can.
But when and how?
In time. Adieu.
Oh, what a great time to be alive, to work or live abroad, right? Today, not only we can send money whenever we can, but rather with the flick of a finger, your hard-earned money can reach the four corners of the world within hours. There are countless of platforms and services that can do this, and OrbitRemit is one of them. And despite the competition, OrbitRemit is one of the popular money sending services out there that is available in Australia. You can see it from their awards and their 5-star ratings. Apart from their website showing the reliability, safety, and security of the products or services, they are also sending the same message through their Facebook and YouTube accounts.
What I really want in sending money is to get there the next day with assurance and peace of mind for me and my family.
Is my money going to be safe? In the testimonial videos, OrbitRemit definitely highlighted this part. It does involve money, and you know what they say about money. Money doesn't change people, it unmasks them. All the things people do because of money. That is why it is important to do a little bit of research, and that is where perception of the product goes into play. In my survey, most of the correspondence perceptions of OrbitRemit is based on its quality features. I received answers like efficiency, cash, fast money, safety and security in transactions, trust, payment, which are all pointing to its reliability in delivering what OrbitRemit promised to do. The marketing campaign that OrbitRemit has published online through testimonial videos and customer reviews is not too many, and not as aggressive as I would compare to other money sending services. Scrolling down upon months of Facebook posts, they did not try to create marketing campaigns that tries to establish more awareness through a catchy song, a movie type inspirational videos, or famous artists or celebrities that can represent the company. But rather, they obviously are trying to put out there are testimonies or stories of current users. In their video ads, they let people speak and share about their reason and why they are overseas and why they opt to use OrbitRemit. The hows, the why, and the latest testimonial video that they have posted on YouTube channel or on their website was from 2 years ago, and that is quite a long time talking about aggressive marketing. However, I noticed that they are currently implementing is using the word of mouth or referrals and using the power of influence from their current users. On their Facebook page, they have posted free transfers or a $50 cashback for every new user being referred to OrbitRemit.
And that is identified as the sales promotion in the marketing communications mix.
Is it even effective? Now let's take me as an example. I made a detailed research and analysis about my personal 5-step consumer decision making on how I ended up using OrbitRemit as my money sending service above all the other services available out there. I am from the Philippines. I am currently living and studying in Australia. I am married and I am a mother of a cute little boy, but my son is currently not with us and he is in the Philippines. Now, as a mother, I am experiencing a need, a motherly nature to provide and to protect. And obviously, I can't since I am abroad and I am in the hunt of fulfilling that desire in me. Remember the famous Maslow's hierarchy of needs? This triangle right here. The desire that I'm talking about are part of the 3 needs, which are esteem, belongingness, love, and safety needs that are all part of the efficiency bracket, which only indicates the motivation decreases when the needs are met. Thus, I go through this cycle every month. These are the words by Novak. Motivation is an internal state that drives us to satisfy needs. Motivation is an energizing force that activates behavior. Once we recognize that we have a need, a state of tension exists that drives the consumer to the goal of reducing this tension and eliminating the need. Consequently, only unmet needs motivate. Based on the survey that I have created to analyze the consumer's behavior and buying psychology, 100% of my correspondents answered that they are using OrbitRemit for personal reasons, like supporting a family or paying mortgage back to their home country. Another question when asked about what comes into their mind when they think about the services of the product. The answers are provision, family, and one even answered saying, I can trust that my family will receive the money. Now, the reason and purpose for using services like OrbitRemit is because of family and the culture for looking after our family from a subclass of migrants or people living internationally.
It's quite expected for you to send back home.
But how I became aware of OrbitRemit is by recommendation, which is basically the word of mouth. And 100% from my survey says that they knew about the services from a friend or family. And why they chose OrbitRemit is because, again, 50% says it was recommended to them. And this includes me too when I was deciding for the services to use to send my money. And like what I said in my previous assessment, my trust towards my friends, which is the messenger, also projected upon their feedback from their product experience. I felt that I could trust the product too. The social impacts on my buying decisions had a huge play of why I chose OrbitRemit. And according to the Department of Finance and Regulation, or DFD, the buying decisions of consumers are influenced by various sources, but 81% is by recommendation. OrbitRemit is also sponsoring people like this kid who is pursuing his singing career.
And more.
OrbitRemit sponsors so many Filipino events, and it's through one of the events that I was able to find out about their services.
Though sponsoring is part of the events and experiences in the marketing communications mix, based on the testimony, OrbitRemit uses this opportunity to apply personal selling.
Now, looking at their integrated marketing campaigns, they did highlight, plus incorporating impacts of culture, family, social classes. They're targeting family ties, social influences, perception, cultural impacts that comes from the root of having family. And obviously, the social class that they are targeting in their marketing campaigns are the subclass of international people living overseas with family depending on them or needing them for support. And because of that specific and unique factor, OrbitRemit's communication campaigns are fashioned to impact the human need of love, affection, support from a loved one through sending money. As you can see, OrbitRemit's integrated marketing campaign has delivered a rather accurate campaign, seeing that it is aligned with my survey results shown previously. And OrbitRemit understands the nature of their target market. But for areas to improve, I would recommend following the principles of the Tipping Point book by Malcolm Gladwell by understanding the characteristics of what makes something tip. And the tipping point is understanding the rise and fall of an idea, a message that offers a way of making sense of epidemics. Now, the characteristics of the tipping point is number one, a contagious behavior. First is to create a contagious marketing campaign that whenever it is seen, touched, or heard, it will directly remind the people of OrbitRemit. Now, companies use their own songs, music, or noise.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Or a tagline that briefly describes a brand or a pun. Some even use a meme, and that is pretty popular nowadays in social media, and brands are joining the trend. And next one is understanding that little changes have big effects. We all experience it today with COVID and how it became a worldwide pandemic. First, there are a few people affected, and then doubled, and then quadrupled, and so on and so forth. With little changes like posting more frequently on social media, keeping the interaction going on, keeping their curiosity going on, building awareness, implementing not perfection, but excellence. And lastly, change happens not gradually, but in a one dramatic moment. Bernie Sanders, that famous meme today, that suddenly bursted into my Instagram and Facebook accounts feed without even me knowing who the heck is Bernie? And that traumatic moment is named as the tipping point. To wrap it all up, marketing campaigns doesn't happen in just a snap. It needs to be planned well. You need to be able to understand the market, and you need to make some researches and get some real-time updates so that a brand can penetrate through the market using what we know in the marketing mix. It's multiple factors combined into one, and that will make a successful marketing campaign.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.